British American Tobacco, BAT, is one of the world's largest tobacco companies with 56,000 employees. During 2011, it had revenues of over £46 billion, that's 73 billion USD, or 55 billion euros, and it's been estimated that every sixth cigarette worldwide comes from BAT. Of course, the sector is controversial. Campaigners have criticised it for years, and there are lots of new regulations on where people can smoke and how tobacco is marketed. So it's fascinating to take a look at how BAT approaches sustainability with its social, environmental and economic aspects. Well, this might surprise many people, but BAT has been addressing sustainable development issues for many years and committed to a stakeholder dialogue and reporting programme back in 2001. Since then, it's invited hundreds of its stakeholders to independently facilitated discussions all around the world and published extensive reports on the outcomes. In fact, looking back through the Corporate Register report archive, I can find social and sustainability reports from nearly 40 BAT subsidiaries around the world, more than any other reporting company, and all based on stakeholder dialogue and independently assured. This puts BAT in a reporting class of its own. This latest report covers the entire group. It's the annual flagship report. If you suspected the company might shy away from thorny issues, you would be very far wrong. The full Sustainability Report 2011 is available on the internet, and it weighs in, if that's the right term for an online publication, at 200 pages. That's a lot of reading, with balanced scorecards for BAT's regions and leading markets, lots of key performance indicators, views, explanations. Luckily, there's also a Sustainability Summary 2011, but at 32 pages, it's longer than many full reports from other companies. In fact, I'd welcome an executive summary of this report summary. The company has followed best reporting practice by prioritising a long list of 76 potential issues for inclusion using a materiality matrix. The most important issues are covered in the report. The next most important are covered on the website, and the least important topics aren't covered at all. In view of the length of the report, I think that was a wise decision. The company's approach to sustainability, followed in the report, focuses on 5 areas of impact, so we get an outline, targets and performance for each. The first, harm reduction, how to reduce health impacts via new products such as nicotine products which aren't smoked. Secondly, marketplace, addressing the challenges of regulation such as smoking bans, restrictions on packaging. I was surprised to read how BAT welcomes regulation, providing it's introduced progressively and based on evidential science. There are also many issues around the black market for tobacco, smuggling, counterfeit goods and so on. Thirdly, environment. The familiar topics of carbon emissions, water use, waste production, but also a lot on sustainable agriculture and a surprising amount on biodiversity. Fourthly, supply chain. Around 200,000 farmers supply tobacco to BAT. There are many issues here: fair rates, potential child labour, human rights, and then there's a study which looks at claims that farmers would be better off growing other crops instead of tobacco. And then fifthly and finally, people and culture, which looks at such issues as human rights in the workplace, equal opportunities, health and safety. The entire report has been independently assured by Ernst & Young using 2 international standards, ISIE 3000 and the gold standard in this field of AE 1000 AS. There's also a 1-page BAT response to the assurance statement. That's definitely best practice to have. Plus there's a Global Reporting Initiative Index and explanations on the reporting process. It's a lot. I find it all very interesting. I'm impressed by the reporting programme's scope and the framework, the amount of information BAT has made available and the insights into their thinking. Anything missing? Well, there's so much information here, I'd hesitate to recommend BAT add to it, but 2 areas do come to mind. The first concerns how BAT calculates its carbon emissions. It produces over 700 billion cigarettes a year from over 440,000 tonnes of tobacco leaf. The report states that nearly 80% of this leaf is cured using local wood, but I'm not clear about whether the emissions from this curing process are included in the carbon emissions statistics, so I'd like to see more on that. The other area is that although the report does not flinch from addressing challenging issues, it would be revealing to have seen debate within the report between different views. There are lots of quotes from different stakeholders, but it seems that heavyweight critics stay away from the dialogues, and I'd like to have read what they have to say. Overall, it is impressive, The style is straightforward, informative, it's never condescending. I think the length alone might put off the casual reader, but I'll be taking another look myself. Why don't you take a look and send the company your feedback? You can access the report here. Thank you for watching this video report alert.